Houston Astros are heading back to the World Series once again. What is it, the fourth time in 6 years? That is amazing by my favorite team. All of AL League goes through Houston. This is amazing. This is crazy. I cannot stay long because I need to get to bed and I have work tomorrow morning and other things. But I wanted to jump in really quick and celebrate my boys, the Houston Astros, going to the World Series, sweeping the New York Yankees, which is even more. That itself is an accomplishment and huge bragging rights for the Astros for sweeping these so-called contenders. They had no chance. They could not match up with Houston. The Yankees again. Yankee fans, you just got to accept it. The Astros are your daddy. That is it. Accept it. Houston is your daddy. And it's amazing again to see my team. This is the golden era of Houston Astros sports because we've never seen it. We've never seen anything like this before, ever. Unlimited. Yes. Tech, send me the link. Dude, let me send you. Unlimited, go ahead and send me a DM through Twitter and I'll shoot it over to you. Okay. Because I'm trying to watch some stuff here. It's crazy. And it's nuts. It's nuts to see this sort of domination. And not only did they sweep the Yankees, but they did it with their non-core players. That's what's impressive too. That is huge. That's a huge. Let me check out my messages just in case. It's impressive to see that the Astros defeated the Yankees and swept them with their core players sucking balls. Okay, because the core players were not playing well. They haven't been playing well since the last. Here we go. They haven't been playing well in a good while. It is the other players. It's the other players, the non-core ones that took over. Where Alvarez wasn't hitting, Altuve was definitely not hitting at all. Right, Bregman was a little hit and miss sometimes. Gurriel, he started to turn it up a little bit, but not the Gurriel that we know. It is nuts. I got Unlimited Productions, another Houston fan here.
Yep.
And oh my God, can you believe it?
What a ride, man! What a ride this has been. But the way that this team is playing right now, I gotta say, this is the greatest era of Houston sports I've at least since I've been alive. And look, I was a little kid.
I'm getting goosebumps just by you saying that.
Yeah, man. I was a little kid during the days Hakeem won the back-to-back championships for the Rockets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And fortunately, in football, neither the Oilers or Texans ever won anything.
Nope.
And even in the 90s and 2000s in the Killer B era, man, loved that team. But when we got to the World Series in 2005, unfortunately, they just stunk it up. But
they stunk it up, and it was a little back to back.
Yeah,
it was a little back to, but they just they choked out.
Yeah. But this team right now, man, this era of Houston Astros baseball. The way I see it, man, none of us, we can't take this for granted, man.
No.
Because I don't think we're going to see this again in our lifetime. Whenever this stretch ends, and I listen.
Well, look how many years they've been in the league. I mean, in baseball, 60 years.
Yeah,
and this is what we're getting now.
Yep. And let me say this: this is the most confidence I've ever had in this team.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm talking about that 2019 team that was just absolutely fantastic. I wasn't even that confident going into that World Series against Washington.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. I said this last night, and I've said this to many friends offline. Ever since George Springer left, I thought for sure the team was like, that's it. Everybody's going to leave now.
Right
after him. And the team's going to go on a decline, and we're just going to go back to what it was before 2015 or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. And they keep proving everybody wrong.
Yeah.
And then Correa left. I'm like, okay, now for sure.
Right.
And nothing. They continue to win and dominate. Because, and a lot of people argue with me, it's like, they're not dominating. It's like, dude, 6 straight ALCS, that is not domination.
No, listen, unbelievable domination, man. Just and you know, sweeping the Yankees. That's all it just feels.
That's a
too.
big thing.
Yeah.
Sweeping the Yankees, because everybody has the Yankees going to World Series. Yankees are always their favorite, no matter how sucky they are. They're always the favorite. They could be in last place and they still be the favorites.
Yeah,
somehow. And you know they're going to change the rules somehow to include them, even if when they do suck. Because MLB wants the Dodgers. They want, and they just hate that every other team's winning except for the Dodgers and Yankees.
Yep.
You know? Yep. And they always want those teams. It's like, why can't the other teams have a chance? You know? With the Phillies and San Diego, I really didn't care who went, but I really was leaning towards San Diego because you just don't see that team ever going.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Well, for me, it was the Phillies because you know my mom is from Pennsylvania. Her side of the family from that area, right? So it's going to be a lot of fun family sports rivalry in this World Series for me.
Yeah.
Me, I'm all Astros, but you know my mom, I know she's going to be hitting me up either later tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah.
We gonna
I'm sure I'm going to get some text messages tomorrow morning like, oh, congratulations, your boys are going back again. It's like, yeah, man. We're never going to see this again. We have to appreciate what we've seen here with the Astros. Is just amazing. And you know, as much as everybody hates them for whatever happened back then, the more hate that they give, the more they just keep getting better and better and better. We got Rich in the chatterbox saying Yankees are a beer league softball team that doesn't have any decent pitching and plays defense like something out of a Three Stooges flick. Tell me where I'm wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah,
he's right.
Yeah, the Yankees think a bloated payroll means that wins is going to be wins.
Well, look all the teams that have won in the past in these last 10 years or so. It's not the big bloated payrolls.
No,
it's not. You know, because the Astros had like very small, like very low, like number 30.
Yep.
You know, payroll at one point, and they were kicking butt.
Yeah, I remember.
And you know, Yankees and Dodgers thinking it's like, oh, we'll just throw every cent we got, and we're gonna build a team. And it only worked out once for the Dodgers, but that was on a short season.
Yeah, exactly.
They can't win in a full season.
Yeah, that was the 60-game season and COVID and everything.
So it's like a handicap. You know?
Yeah.
And so, this is just amazing. Again, I mean, the first time they went to the World Series and then won it, I cried because like you don't see this.
Yeah.
At least for us, because you know Houston's not really known for championship stuff, you know, except for the Rockets. But how long was that? We're not gonna be like Cowboy fans and like start, you know, pounding our chest about a trophy from 20-something years ago.
Yeah, exactly. And
no, this is all recent, you know, 2015, and people are like, you know, here especially because I'm in the Dallas area, everybody's a Rangers fan, and they're like, oh, you're gonna still pound your chest about the Astros and World Series and da da da. I'm like, yeah, because he's still winning.
Yep.
How can I not? How can I not brag about my team, support my team when they're still winning? You know?
Yeah. Let me say this, Tech. Look. When they won the World Series in 2017, that's one of the moments where I remember where I was that day when that happened.
Yeah,
you know, because my whole family, we were sitting around watching the TV, all of us, and when they got that final out, you not only were we cheering, you could hear pretty much every house in the neighborhood just cheering.
Oh yeah,
you know, that's how much that World Series meant to us at the time.
Well, what was the first game? It was 1, 2. Was it 3? I think. That 2017 game 3, I believe.
The one that went into the one that had the long one, right?
Yeah, I forgot what I mean, actually, I forgot if it was 3 or 4 or 5 because I know it's 3 here.
Yeah.
And I think for the first 2 games, I was actually at my son's Cub Scout thing, like camping, and I'm like, oh my god! So at nighttime, I'm in the tent watching on my little phone, going, yes. I couldn't be loud because the kids were sleeping. Right. So Sunday came around. It was the end of the day. Pack up. Let's go home. I drop off my kid. Right. get him cleaned up. I get cleaned up. I start packing. My wife was at church. I took my son over to church, and I said, I'm dropping him off. I'm going to Houston. Right? She's like, why? Houston's in the World Series. I'm going over there. I'm going to try to go to the game. So I got my buddy, drove down to Houston that afternoon, that Sunday afternoon, told my buddy, I'm in town. Come meet me up for drinks. Let's go find tickets.
Right.
Well, of course, everybody was like inflating the prices like huge. It was like, I am not paying over a certain amount, right? And but you know, I was there, I was outside. It was crazy because I mean everybody was there. Right. You know, if you've been by the ballpark, you got that bar across the street.
Yeah.
And there's like 2 or 3 bars, and everybody just losing their minds. You know, home runs were going back and forth between both teams, and they won. It was awesome. But for when they won at Game 7, I was here at home and watching on TV like everybody else. But it was just amazing, right? And then to see it 6 other, you know, whatever times now to go into the world, it's like, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like I'm losing my train of thought just because like this is unbelievable here what we're seeing here.
Right. Yeah. I look, man, I'm enjoying the ride. You know, my heart was pounding. It was just 3 more outs. That's all I was saying during that bottom of the ninth, man. Just 3 more outs. That's all we got to do. Just survive, and we going back, man. And just the way this team has done it. Because you remember, let's not forget, every game except for Game 3 of this series were very close game, one and 2 score games. Yeah. So we're talking about a team that's just been tough mentally. Just, you know, for some reason, this, you remember the Clutch City days? We should be called Clutch City right now with this team. Yeah. This team is the definition of Clutch City. Every single time the opposing team think that they got us, someone steps up. Whether it was Jordan Alvarez, whether it was Jose Pena, somebody stepped up.
McCormick of all people. Yeah,
exactly.
And what we're talking about last night, or when I did this thing last night, right? And what we were saying, even you were agreeing, it's like it's not the core players.
Yeah.
It's the secondary players.
Right.
It's the ones you don't think of.
Yeah, man, because you think, okay, Jose Altuve is going to have this amazing playoff run again or something.
And he didn't break out.
Yeah.
Not right now.
I think just the 2 hits he had this game was the closest to breaking out we saw.
Out of what? Like 2 in 30 something?
Yeah, exactly.
And so, and I started out the show last night and today saying the same thing. The core players sucked these last 2 series.
Yeah.
They're just not doing it, you know, but they're still a threat at the plate because of who they are and what they've done.
Yep.
So you can't sleep on them. But then you got the secondary player, the non-core players, you know, that are just stepping up and doing what they need to do to win.
Right.
And it's insane. And Presley just closing out the games, he's just insane.
Yeah.
Before these last couple of years, I've always been nervous. It's like, oh, this guy's back again. It's like, I don't know, he's going to give up a home run or something. You know, he's going to make us lose this game. Lately, he's just been on a tear.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I mean, you know, remember a couple years ago when the weakest part of our team in these playoffs runs was the pitching. Now they're the strength. You know, now they're just they just again the level of confidence I have in this team, Tech. It's just this must be how New England Patriots fans felt in the NFL, where it's like this sense of, yeah, we might be down now, but you know something magical is going to happen. You know, and that's just how I felt watching these games. You know, today we went up 3. I mean, New York went up 3 early, and I'm just sitting back. Oh, they're gonna come back, and then lo and behold, 1 inning later, it's tied up.
Yeah.
Then we take the lead, and then you see New York is now you see the Yankees realizing that their season's pretty much dead, and they're trying to force whatever they could, and it wasn't enough. And you know, I'm sorry, Yankees fans, but your team's not enough.
Yeah, I don't apologize to them. Because
I didn't mean that as a literal sorry, but more in the sense like, look, there's nothing you could look, Yankees. There's nothing you could do to stop the Astros. You know, we dominated y'all in the regular season. It was just but to sweep them, man, just in their home, in their home, in their home. Oh,
yes, yes, it's nuts. It's nuts. And oh, you know, I hate listening to Yankees podcast. I'm gonna have to listen to something tomorrow just to hear their reaction.
Yeah.
Because they're salty.
Yep.
Right now. They're crying buckets of tears right now that New York's going to be underwater soon. That's how much crying they're going to do. It's just insane. Rich says, one last note, Houston is built on the same principles as the 90s Indians team, except with better payroll. Owners have a better commitment to keeping core players plus adding key players. They didn't keep Correa.
Yeah.
They didn't want to pay him. And I don't want to sound like an ass, but I think they got lucky with Pena.
Yeah.
And we can't be getting lucky like that all the time. So when it's time to pay Pena, and if he's like that good of a player in the next couple of years, because this is his first year, it's his rookie year,
right?
They're gonna have to pay him.
Yeah.
They can't just be like, all right, we'll let him go. Like,
Springer. Yeah. Look, man. Jim Crane's a smart guy, right? I think he knows. Pena is ACLS MVP. Congrats to him. Jim Crane's a smart dude. I think he knows I think he's going to, I don't think he has a problem paying someone like Pena when the time comes. I have a good feeling that he's going to be here for a while. You know what I'm saying? The Astros, it's kind of hard to criticize them, man, when they're having this kind of success.
Yeah.
And if we get championship number 2, what can you say? You know what I'm saying? You won it all, and that's the goal. No matter what, is getting that championship. And winning this year is going to shut everything up, everybody up. Yeah. I'm enjoying being the New England Patriots of the MLB, if that's the case.
Yeah. And I think you were saying this. It's like, or somebody else was telling me this. Mm-hmm. That the way Houston has been just knocking out the Yankees year after year after year after year since they came into the AL League in 2013. Well, first couple of years they were awful, Houston. But ever since then, like 2015 or so, they've just been kicking butt.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Everybody thought Houston was going to be easy pickings. It was easy stat padding for their win column. And it hasn't turned out that way, especially with the Rangers, because now we're in the same league too. Or the same division. And they thought for sure, it was like, oh, Houston's coming over. Man, they suck, man. This is some easy wins. And dude, it was like, nope. Cosmic Jerry says spring training starts in 4 months. Holy kid, for real, right? And we still got 2 weeks of baseball left?
Yeah. Potentially 2 weeks.
Potentially, yeah.
It might just be 1 if the way this team is playing.
Mm-hmm. Rich says, wish we Guardians had owner more committed to backing up the front office, but they did well this year, though. That's the thing. But I guess he knows more than I do. I don't follow.
I get it because the Guardians haven't won in a long time, so I get it. And they're in the World Series a couple years ago too. I think they lost to the Cubs that year.
Oh, is that year what? Oh man.
Yeah. But I believe that was the 2016 season. They lost to the Cubs in Game 7. So I get it, man. I know that bittersweet feeling of losing in the World Series. We experienced that 3 times.
And Rich, I've been out there. I've been to the Indians baseball field. I've been out there one time. I forgot which year it was, but the Houston Astros and the Indians back then were the first series was against each other.
Right.
So that time when I went to Cleveland, I had my Astros gear. Bright orange, this hat right here, bright orange jersey, shorts. I'm coming in. People are looking at me as like, dude, Boston's playing. I'm from Houston. I don't care. This is my team. I'm coming and watch a game. Today is my first time coming up here. I sit up in a row, middle of Indian fans, right? I'm in this bright orange. I'm the only one. And so people in front of me and back of me were talking to me like, hey man, what are you doing here? Blah, blah, blah. We don't play you until a couple of weeks because the schedule was already ready to go.
Right.
It was Indians in Houston going at it. And so I'm here for a conference. I came a day early, so I come watch a game, blah, 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 and so forth and so on. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, in the middle of the game, like between the innings, they have the cameras guys going all over the place, looking at the fans or the opponents and all that. Well, it got to the point where it was like, if they put it on the Boston fan, everybody goes, boo. If it was an Indians fan, they're like, yay, right?
Right.
So the camera guy saw me because, of course, the bright orange hat and the jersey. He's like, you. And I'm like, who, me? And they're like, yeah. It's like, when I get camera, you do, yeah. And everybody's going to boo you. I'm like, okay, cool. So they put me on a damn Jumbotron, right? They get to me. You got the guys behind me going, duh, boo, Houston. And the guys in front of me doing the same thing. And I'm in the middle. It's just like, oh, my God, leave me alone, right? And so they had me on the Jumbotron. And so the guy behind me, he taps me on the shoulder. Hey, yo, bro. I said, what's up? It's like my buddy he's at home watching the game, and he asked me, who's that asshole sitting in front of you in the Astros uniform, right? And we were just laughing. And then a few seconds later, the guy in front of me is like, hey, buddy, Houston guy. It's like, yeah. I just got a call from a buddy of mine who's watching the game, and he saw you, and he's asking, who's that asshole in the So everybody's calling each other and like calling me out. And I thought it was funny. Everybody had a good time. Indian fans were fun. They were fun. So you guys were good. You guys didn't give me no hate over there. And then I ended up going to a bar afterwards. And the bartender was like, I just saw you on TV. Here's a beer. Bam.
Oh, shit. That was cool.
I was like, cool. Thanks, man. So even better, man. I had a great time in Cleveland and watching the Indians game. But let's get back to the Astros because this is what it's about, man. Yeah, we're not going to see this ever in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Ever again. The way they're playing, the way they're just running through the AL. The way they just unfortunately sometimes they just lose to the NL.
Right.
Against the Braves and the Nationals. So hopefully this will be a different story. I don't know what the power is with Phillies, if they're actually that good, or they just, I don't know. They were maybe who were they playing? Oh, San Diego.
Yeah,
I don't know what their stats are because I don't follow them. So hopefully Houston has an advantage here. So, but it's exciting. Chatterbox. Say what you got to say in the chatterbox, and then I'll put you up. But yeah, this is exciting. I was listening here because I don't have paid cable, so it's like crap. And I'm sure I could have watched it a different way, but it's always crappy.
Right.
So I'm over here listening to the MLB app. I'm like, all right, one more out, and I hear Robert Ford just going crazy. Oh my God, he made a play! He's like, come out, yeah! It's like, oh my God, like I'm all getting tensed up, and they're like making fist bumps and everything. Kids are sleeping already. Wife is sleeping. I can't be too loud. I'll be waking up everybody. I gotta wake up at 5 a.m, so I'm gonna be going to sleep, sometime soon. But I wanted to come on the air again, just like last time, because, dude, look, we got 19 viewers, and this is pretty good for my second sports show.
Yeah, that's real good.
This is not bad. I don't do this. This is not my regular thing. It's about gaming for me.
You're right.
But hey, this could be like a side thing, whenever there's sports for Houston.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to like championship stuff, because if the Rockets don't make it, it's like, why am I going to talk about them? All I'm going to say, they suck. They suck. Or the Texans, which they definitely suck. Yeah.
That's Texans story for another
Texans,
day.
Dude, ever since moving here and I don't get to watch the Texans game in Dallas, it's just like I've lost interest in football, like year by year. I'm like, now it's just I don't even care. But so what are you gonna do for these World Series games? Are you gonna go downtown and like celebrate with everybody else, watch the game, drink it up, and do stupid things?
Yeah, either that or hit up a sports bar near me that I like going to.
Which part of town you stay at?
I'm right now I live in Katy.
Okay, yeah. That's where my dad lives. He's over by Katy. Katy, I-10 and Fry.
Okay, yeah. That's actually that's wow. Okay, that's pretty damn close to me.
Yeah,
that's right down.
Just a little bit of like a neighborhood next to Mady Creek High School.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know exactly where that's at.
Where he's at. And then I grew up over at 290 on Beltway 8 in Jersey Village.
Yeah, see, I actually grew up in Most City, so Southwest Houston. That's where I grew up in. But I moved out here in Katy about 3 years ago. Yeah,
so I don't know if I'll be able to make it down to Houston. I want to. I guess I haven't looked at the schedule when those.
If you come down to Houston, man, hit me up and we can meet up, man.
Yeah,
it'll
for
be
sure.
a blast.
Because sometimes, I'll come like unexpectedly and like everybody's, oh man, why don't you tell me you were here? It's like, dude, are you really going to come out? It's like, you got your own family. It's like, I don't have the kids with me because usually I just come by myself. And because the kids still got school, wife still has to work. Yeah. I could just work from Houston. That's not a problem.
Right.
And then celebrate down there. Usually I'll go down to that, like I said, that bar that's across the street, like right at the cross the street from the ballpark. And I think it's called Home Plate. There's the one next to it. And go crazy and celebrate and get drunk. And oh man, I got videos from that one game that I was there. People are like, doggy shot. But I did go to the one in 2005. That was my first and only World Series I went to.
Oh, you actually went to one of the games.
Yeah, so I went nice. Check this. This is how they did it. This is how they did it back then. I don't know how they do it now. So back then, we did have email, we did have websites, we did have internet. So the Astros did a kind of lottery system where you register and they pick your name, and if you get picked, you have a chance to order tickets. Right. So I registered like 3 or 5 accounts. Right? I didn't get hit. Right. Nothing got hit. And so, but the people that did get hit and did not respond to get those tickets, well, they were thrown out and a new lottery was taking place. Right. Then I got a notice. Hey, Tech, you've been picked on the secondary selections. If you want to buy tickets, here's the link on this day at this hour. I'm like, okay, cool. So I bought 2 pairs, right? 2 pairs for 2 different games. I kept 1 pair for me and a buddy, right? I sold the second pair, all right? I still remember how much they cost face value and how much I sold them for. Face value was like $200 a ticket.
All right.
When I sold my tickets, the second pair, I told my buddy, don't even worry about it. And so I sold it for $1,500 back then for the second game.
Damn. Yeah.
$1,500. So that paid my ticket. And I told my buddy, don't worry about the ticket. I'll take care of it. He's like, what? I was like, I just sold the other pair of tickets, man. It's like, this ticket's paid for itself.
Yeah.
You're like, all right. It's like, let's just get some drinks, have a good time. So he went. So
hey, that's a great story, man. That's a great story.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun, man. It's it was a good time. It was different energy when you're in there. It definitely is a different energy when your team is in the championship. And I mean, I've gone to the ballpark plenty of times. I had season tickets over there when I was living in Houston, everything. But when it's a World Series, it is completely different. I mean, it's like, it's like, this is it right here. It's not just a game, it's just not a regular season game.
Right.
It's like, this is it, So it was fun, man. But I think it's time for me I'm keeping it short just because I got to go to bed.
Right. Yeah. Don't let me hold you up. But I'm off work for the week.
Oh, are you?
I'm actually off work until November 1st. So I got a nice break up. Yeah. I got a nice break for a minute. For me, so don't let me hold you up at all, man. If you got to get up for work, we could celebrate. Let's celebrate when they win. How about that?
Yeah, we'll do another one. After the first game,
whether
they win or lose.
Yeah, I think the first game's on the 28th.
There you go. So whether they win or lose, we'll do another one and just say, "Oh man, I can't believe they lost." And it's like, "Oh, they won again,"
Right.
They swept Mariners. They swept Yankees. So that's that's insane. Can you imagine if they did? Man, they're just breaking records. They're breaking or making records.
Yeah. Hey, before we close it out, if they sweep the Phillies, would this be considered one of the greatest postseason runs ever?
Yes, because they just ran through every bracket.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't recall anybody else doing that, where they just ran through the bracket and just swept every single one of them.
Yeah.
Maybe they swept 2 like Houston did right now, but not all 3 levels.
No. Yeah, this has just been incredible, man. This has just been incredible.
Yeah, it has. So people viewing, thank you for viewing. Thank you for participating in the chatter box. I read all the messages here and I'll try to highlight them. But so far I've highlighted everybody except Unlimited because he just wanted to join and actually talk here.
Yeah, man. I mean, we just made it to the World Series. How could I not want to jump
I
on
know,
it
I
and
know.
talk, man?
And I was like, I had it ready too. It's like I had it ready like 10 minutes before the game was there. It's like, okay, if they sweep, boom, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
You know? And glad it happened. I'm gonna watch the celebration tomorrow. I can't watch it tonight.
Yeah.
So everybody who's
have a good
viewing, thank you
night.
very much. Unlimited, thank you for coming on, and we'll do this again.
My pleasure. My
after the
pleasure.
first
It's
game,
always
man.
great to hang out with the Texas connection, as I like to call it,
That's
with you
right.
and Legal.
That's right.
Yeah, have a good night, man. Have a
All right,
good
man.
night.
Good night. Everybody else, good night. We'll talk to you later. Go Astros. Woo!
Woo!